Okay, so if you were watching, I apologize that this is wonky. I thought that I could go live into the group from Zoom, but apparently I was mistaken. And okay, so hold on. If you were watching, I apologize that this volume is wonky. Coming up everywhere. I thought that I could go live into the group from Zoom, but and apparently I was mistaken. Here we go, volume down. Okay, so this is all kinds of crazy pants. Restart here, make sure we're getting where we need to get to. Okay, so I see Nicole. So that's good. At least we've got one person watching. That's fantastic. Let's see here. Nicole, if you have a question, you are welcome to post it either on the YouTube comments or on the Facebook comments. Either way is perfectly fine. I think when we were doing the virtual thing, we were doing all of these videos onto the page and not into the group. And I didn't realize that it wasn't going to let me put it in the group live direct. So I apologize for that. So here's the dealio. I am planning to spend about half an hour or so going through some details about the convention. And then I will answer as many questions as I see or can get to. And then hopefully that will be everybody. I would hate to leave anybody out, but I'm going to be watching the comments in YouTube, and I will be watching the comments in the Facebook group. So those two places I'm going to be looking for questions or comments from people. So if you are watching from either of those places and you have questions or comments for me about anything that I'm talking about, or something that you don't hear me talking about that you have would like some information on, then just let me know. And then I will try to make sure I cover everything, okay? So basically, I'm going to run down some of the things that you'll need to know for tomorrow, which is the beginning of the registration for Coastal Magic in 2022, which is our 10th year. So that's bizarre and weird and crazy pants to think about, but it is indeed our 10th year, which is fun. And yes, the cat is watching, so that makes two of you. So that's very cool. Thank you for the two of you watching. That's lovely. Hopefully the cat will get some information that is necessary for it as well. Okay, so first of all, tomorrow is when we announce the author listing. So yay! We are going to have quite a few names and faces that you will recognize if you've been with us for a little while, and some pretty cool names and faces that you may not necessarily recognize that will be coming to us for the first time, which is really cool. And then we'll have a chance to get to know these people a little bit better between now and the convention. So at midnight, I will have the website updated, and there will be a tab that you can click on. Those of you who've been with us before and have watched the website, you know there's a tab at the top of the website that says featured authors. So you click on that and you can scroll through. Each of the authors has a graphic that lets you know a teeny tiny bit about them. So that will be updated at midnight, and you will be able to see who is planning to attend. Now, I say planning to attend because we all know, as has happened in years past, Just because somebody plans to come does not necessarily mean that life works out the way that they want and they are able to come. So hopefully everybody who says there will be there will actually be there, but stuff happens and we'll have to make changes as we go. Sorry, I got hair and eyelash or something in my mouth. Also, we have some authors who are still finalizing some details on their own before they can say for sure that they are going to join us. Yes, they want to come. Yes, they would like to come, but they've got a couple other things that they've got to work out as far as scheduling and other plans that they've made and things like that. So there will likely be a couple of additions that will get added after the list goes up tomorrow, but there won't be very many. We've got the majority of the people settled and ready to go. So you should have the bulk of the list at midnight. I'm working on the last of the graphics that I can do tonight right now. So those should be ready soon, and I'll be updating the website in a little bit. So that's your author list. That'll be ready at midnight, and that way you guys can see exactly who you'll be able to hang out with come February, which is going to be a lot of fun. Okay. The thing that's different this year that's going to be a little bit wonky, but is a necessary evil after some of the horror stories I heard about from some of my fellow event directors. We're doing the registration process in 2 steps. The reason for that is because in an effort to be helpful, some of the ticketing agencies, we use Eventbrite, but there are others who do the same thing or have done the same thing. Some of the ticketing agencies froze the payouts on event money registration fees that had been taken in, so that there would be money available for refunds should events have to cancel during all of the troubles the last year, which in and of itself sounds like a great idea. Obviously, if somebody cancels and you're not going to be able to do your event, refund sounds like a fantastic idea. The problem is, not every event offered refunds, period. Like some events just you can't get a refund no matter what. And B, many events, Coastal Magic included, we have to start paying deposits on things well ahead of the event actually happening. We have to buy decor for things. We have to, pay vendors for things. There's lots of things that we have to spend money on long before the event weekend actually comes around. And when a ticket vendor, a ticket platform like Eventbrite or, all of these different other, there's a couple of different other ones that people use, when they put a hold on being able to pay that money out in an effort to make sure that you have money for refunds, like I said, that sounds great, but it puts us in a really bad position with other people we have to deal with because all of a sudden we have no money to pay anybody with. And if you have to, what a lot of events last year had to deal with was their hotels and other vendors didn't have it in their contract anywhere how to deal with a pandemic cancellation. And there were a lot of events that were still obligated to their contracts and had to pay these things and weren't able to do that, and it caused all kinds of problems. It was just an ugly, bad situation all the way around on a number of levels. But what I've decided to do based on what I saw happening in other places is that we're going to use Eventbrite like we have every other year. We've used Eventbrite for our registration for 9 of our 10 years. We are going to do Eventbrite for an actual registration, but it's going to be a $0 amount. It's going to show up as a free ticket because what we're going to do is use that recording platform to get everybody in the system so that I know who's coming. I know your preferences on different things. All of the questions that you guys always answer whenever you register, we'll still have all of that coming through the Eventbrite system, but it's not, no money is going to change hands through Eventbrite. It's going to show up as a free ticket. Once you do that and you get your confirmation from Eventbrite, there's going to be a confirmation number on that. You will take that number and use it when you go back to the website for step 2, and you will click on one of 2 buttons that will allow you to pay your registration fee through PayPal. You can, if you have a PayPal account, you can click on the button that says pay via PayPal, and you will just click on it and it will take you there. You use your PayPal account, you pay your registration, it's no problem, you're done. If you don't have a PayPal account and you don't want to get one, or for whatever reason you don't want to use PayPal, the second button will say pay via invoice. It will still be coming through the PayPal platform, but if I send an invoice, it gives you the option to pay with a credit card without actually having to sign into a PayPal account. Either way works completely fine by me. Doesn't make a bit of difference one way or the other. I think it's probably easier just to pay directly through PayPal, but that's just my own personal preference. What you want to do either way is fine. It's relatively simple to do. You just have to keep in mind it's 2 steps. And like I said, I'm sorry for that, but I can't take a chance on something happening and the money that I am obligated to pay the hotel or a vendor or something else being stuck in a ticketing platform, and they won't give it to me, and then I can't do what I need to do with it. It's not a position that I want to let myself get into. So I hope you guys understand. I'm sorry that it's going to be an extra step. I really do think it's going to be simple and easy. Everything's going to be explained on the website. This video will be up in case anybody has a question about it, and I'm happy to answer questions for people that email me or comment or ask questions tomorrow if they're having a hard time with it. But I think it's going to be pretty simple and won't be real complicated. So that's the way that'll work. The price is still $100, just like it's always been. Well, not always, but for like the last 5 years. The Eventbrite registration fees, when you purchased your ticket through Eventbrite, the processing fee that they had was something, I don't remember exactly, but it was like $12 or $14, I think it added to it. PayPal is actually less of a fee. If I'm not mistaken, their total is going to be like $6.90 something. So the ticket price is actually going to show as $107, so that when the processing fee comes out, the $100 still comes through to the account, so that, because that's what I have budgeted to be able to pay towards what I owe the hotel. So that's that. And that will be available when I update the website at midnight with the author names. It will have the registration info and all the buttons and all the links and everything you need will be ready to go at the same time. You have to do the Eventbrite step first, because you will need to have a confirmation number from Eventbrite in order to process your PayPal registration payment. If you do not have that, I will refund your payment and you will not be registered. So you have to do it in the proper order, or else I'm not going to be able to match you guys up. And I don't want anything to be wonky. I don't want to end up with money from people I don't know where it came from. I don't want people to register and not have paid. So just please make sure that you read through, do both steps, and you'll be good to go. Everybody will be cool. So that's that. As far as safety, health and safety goes, as of right now, we will be doing masks indoors at all events during Coastal Magic. Outside will be up to you. You'll be on the property, but you're not going to be doing anything that's Coastal Magic, official Coastal Magic related. So that's on you. But if you are indoors or participating in a Coastal Magic thing, you will be needing to wear a mask. That's as of right now. Like if the event happened tomorrow, that's what would be happening. Come February, that may not be the case, depending on what the CDC says and the experts and people who know these things. If they say 100% nobody needs to wear a mask for anything at all, everybody's going to be kosher no matter what, then we'll go with that. But as of right now, we'll be doing masks. Yes, I know that there are circumstances where the CDC says at this point in time, you don't need to wear a mask indoors, but I cannot guarantee those circumstances 100% for every single person. And I'm not I don't want to take any chances. You guys are taking a chance by coming. I cannot guarantee you that you will not catch something while you're at Coastal Magic. Not going to even try. But I will do everything I can to make sure that I make things as safe as possible for anybody who wants to come. I genuinely believe that we will be okay. I genuinely believe that things are safe enough for us to do this, or else I wouldn't be doing it. But I am doing it, taking every precaution I feel like I can to make sure that we're safe. We are going to have little ribbons that you can put on your name tag that say either, yes, you can hug me, yes, you can contact me, you know, I'm okay for contact and hugs and things like that. We'll have one that says fist bumps or elbow bumps or something like that. And then we'll have one that says no contact, so that you'll be able to let everybody know at a glance what level of contact you are comfortable with. And I know that everybody who's coming will be happy to comply with whatever you ask of them. And again, I will keep my eyes on what the guidelines and what the experts say is safe, and it may very well change between now and then. It would be nice if it would change between now and then. I would like for it to be a little more relaxed and not have to worry about it at all. But I'm not checking everybody's vaccine cards. I'm not putting people in a position where they have to explain themselves or anything. The safest thing to do, in my opinion, is to make sure that everybody that's indoors is wearing a mask. If you register, take into consideration that as of right now is what will be happening. If it doesn't, then yay. But as of right now, that's where we're at. So hopefully that's not going to be a deterrent for anybody, but we'll see how things go in February, whether or not we can change that or not. Next up is, speaking of what happens in February. If you've been with us in years past, you will probably kind of know most of this next bit. It's kind of just a rundown of what the itinerary kind of looks like, without getting into too much detail, because later this week I'm going to give some sneak peeks about themes and specific activities that'll be going on. But as of right now, just a basic itinerary as a reminder, or in case you are not familiar with Coastal Magic and how we do things. On Thursday morning, we're going to have a kind of a mini workshop for authors. It's going to be either an hour and a half or a 2-hour class craft workshop, and then a little bit of a break, and then a panel with some of our authors that will also be discussing some kind of workshop or craft idea that is run by Terry Michaels. I'm not 100% sure what those topics are going to be yet, but they will be posted well in advance of the event, so you will have an idea of what to expect there. But that's a little extra bit for authors or aspiring authors to get some craft work in. Later that afternoon, registration and check-in will start at 4 o'clock. So you can get your welcome bags, get your badges, start to take a look and see kind of what to expect for the weekend. The program will be ready, so you'll be able to see that. And then that night from 7 to 10 will be our welcome mingle. And that's basically just some time for people to get together, talk about what was in the welcome bag, look over some of the things for the scheduling, plan out what you want to do, meet up with some of your friends that you haven't seen in a while, people you might have only known online that are there that you get to meet in person, which is kind of cool. Our bloggers will have a table up. Featured bloggers will have a table up so you can check out some of the information about the different bloggers who will be doing moderating panels and who will have done the spotlights between now and the convention. So you'll get to see some posts from them in the next few months while they showcase our authors for you. So you can get a chance to get to know them a little bit better. So that's on Thursday. On Friday, we'll start panels at 9 o'clock. And those will go until, I want to say, around 5:30. We'll have a break for lunch, obviously. And then around 5:30, between 5:30 and 6, we'll break for dinner. Now 6 to 8 is technically what I consider our dinner hour, but we will have a cocktail hour activity from 7 to 8 to kind of start drawing people back in from their dinner plans, so that you can get ready for our evening activity. And then again, that's will be themed, so we'll talk about that later, exactly how that's going to work. And then from 8 to 10, we'll have our evening event. And then from 10 to 11, we will transition from our evening event into a little bit of a dance party, not a whole lot. We've got quite a few of our attendees that really enjoyed having that dance party, but we really like doing activities too. So I'm trying to give a little bit of both. We'll have our event will probably last an hour and a half, not quite 2 hours. And then we'll go straight into our dancing until 11 o'clock. So give people a chance who want to do a little wiggling to do that. So that'll finish us off for Friday night. And then Saturday, we'll start back with the panels at 9 o'clock. And that will go until lunch. Our lunch with an author, we still will be doing. That may or may not look the same this year, depending on what the safety guidelines and recommendations are at the time. It may be a matter of a staggered two-tiered lunch, where we may have half the group go like from 11 to 1:30, and then the second half go from 2 to 3:30, or some variation of that. It would be nice if we could all be together. I would love it if the regulations are such that we can do that and feel safe in doing that. But we are looking at options just to be on the safe side. If we need to spread people out and not have the room as cramped, then that's certainly something that we will do. But we are still having the lunch with the author. That will still be a thing that we do. We will just do it in a way that is the safest for everyone. So we'll do our lunch. We will get set up for the signing. We will have our book signing. That is open to all of you guys who are attending, as well as to the public. So if you are not able to come for the whole weekend, but you really want to come get some books signed and meet some authors and take some pictures, you are welcome to do that during the signing. So that will be early evening, late afternoon, early evening on Saturday. And then we will finish that up and go have some dinner. And then Saturday night is our game night. Authors have a chance to host tables on our game night and participate playing games with the readers, which is a lot of fun. Sometimes we have people just coloring color pages. Sometimes we got full-blown D&D games and Cards Against Humanity games and all kinds of other craziness going on. We've had games that last for hours and hours and hours, and they just keep going on. So that's fun. It's a nice way to spend a night together. That last little bit of time with our bookish buddies. So that'll be the end for Saturday night. And then Sunday morning, we still will have a few more panels. We'll start those at 10, and then that usually runs till 2. And then we are finishing up and heading out. Now we still will be having our raffle baskets, which we did not do virtually this year. That was not something I wanted to attempt. So we did not have those this year, but we will be having our raffle baskets again next year. Authors will be bringing baskets to have raffled off for our charity, Habitat for Humanity. So that will be cool to have those back again. We are actually going to do the anthology again this year too, which is what we did for charity this past year. Since we didn't have the raffle baskets, it was a good effort, a good first effort. It was a little bit of a learning curve for me because I'm not an author, so I don't know how putting all of those things together goes. Thankfully, Tawdra Candle does, and she put it together, and it turned out really cute. And the authors that contributed to that, we definitely appreciate them taking the time to do that. We will be doing that again for next year. We called it Bookish Bits and Bites because it's got short stories from the authors, and then a recipe that relates to the story somehow, which was super cute. So I'm excited to see what the authors come up with for this version of it, the 2.0 version of it this year. That will be another thing that people will have an opportunity to purchase, and the proceeds will go to the charity. So I think that's kind of cool. All right, so that's our itinerary. And like I said, later this week, I will give some sneak peeks as far as themes and a little bit more about some of the activities. If you want to know a few more details about what we've got planned, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about a lot of things that we're going to be doing. So I think it's going to be cool. And then also later this week, I will be sharing the designs for our t-shirts. We've got 3 t-shirts this year. We've got our annual regular shirt with our logo on it. It's actually the 10th anniversary shirt, so it's got a special little edition on it, which is super cool, I think. I think it came out really great. And then we also will have a shirt for the reading challenge. And we will also have a book quotes shirt. Some of you will remember a couple years ago, we did a shirt that was sponsored that had a book quote design on it. We'll be doing another one like that. It's a different quote. It's when I put the shirts out, I'll tell you about the quote on it. It's a super cute story that goes along with the quote. So I was really happy that we got that and that we were able to make it work for a shirt. I think it turned out really well. So the shirt designs will be up and ready to order in a few days. And we still have the Coastal Magic Convention, just the logo without any years, that's still available. And the t-shirt from the virtual this year is actually still available. I was going to take it down when I put the new ones up and was told that I should just leave it there in case people wanted to get a shirt from this year that they weren't able to get. So if you want to get those will be available as well. So I'll have all those links along with the new designs later this week. And the last thing that I want to talk about is the reading challenge, and that starts tomorrow. And holy moly, and all of the crazy readers, because wow, those girls are serious. I say those girls because we've just had women readers so far, but if you are out there and you are a guy and you want to read in the reading challenge, then by all means, please do. They have been very, very, very supportive of our authors, supportive of the event, involved and engaged and motivated, and just have a super lot of fun. So if you are planning to attend, or even if you're not planning to attend, if you want to kind of read along and enjoy some of that interaction and camaraderie, they have a blast. There's a group that a group that you can join that kind of homes all of those things. DeLorean makes a schedule that has a suggested reading list and an order that you can kind of read along with the group. You can read whatever you want, but if you want to go follow the list, it will be available for you. And the idea is to be able to read all of the authors between now and the convention, so you're familiar with everybody by the time you get there. We also interact with the authors during their spotlights. Some of them do videos, some of them send in text posts, some of them do games, some of them do giveaways, some of them do chats. It's just all over the board, but it's a fantastic way to be able to find out a little about each of the authors, a little bit more of their personality, obviously find out what they write. So it's a lot of fun, and I am excited about all of the things that they do. In addition to that, you get prizes because you get points for all the books you read and all the authors that you read and the interactions that you make. So there's a contest, and they don't play. It's pretty serious for those top spots. Now, you don't have to be 100% all in. If you just want to read a little bit and get some prizes, you're welcome to do that. But if you think you can hit that top spot, you are more than welcome to try, and they would enjoy having some fresh faces. So if you haven't been participating, definitely check it out and definitely see what that's all about. And then I think that's it. We've got the newsletter that will be going out each month. We will be doing CMC chats. If you were watching this past year when we were setting up for the virtual, we did have monthly chats towards the end of the time, like leading it right up to the Coast Magic, where we had kind of sneak preview panels with some of the authors. We'll be doing those again this year, just because they were fun. We got a chance to kind of chat with some of the authors. You guys got to interact with them a little bit, so we'll be continuing to do those this year. So watch for those each month. I just got to note for the reading challenge, each month the points get added up, and there are winners each month for smaller prizes, in addition to the cumulative points and the prizes that happen at the convention. So if you have a month where you know you're going to have a lot of reading time, that might be a really good month to kind of hop in, see what you can read, and see if maybe you can win some of those monthly prizes. Hold on a second. I'm not sure what this means. Delorianne is my sister, and she runs the reading challenge, and she's trying to leave me notes over here about things to say, and I am not 100% sure what this note is. So hang on just a second. Let me ask her what is that? Right. Okay. So some of the prizes, she's trying to coach me to tell you what the prizes are. So some of the prizes that you can get as far as the cumulative winning the overall is that you can get early entry into the book signing. You can choose your author for the lunch with an author before the rest of the people get to choose. So there's a little bit of an advantage to that, because some of the authors get chosen very quickly. There's some other events where people get to do things ahead of time and get sneak peeks of things. The reading challenge top tier point getters actually got to find out who the authors were for this year a week ago. So they had that sneak peek as well. So that's something, if that is the thing that you like, you might be interested in participating, because you'll get all kinds of cool stuff. So in any case, that's kind of where that is. Let me look at my notes here, make sure that I hit everything I wanted to talk about. I'm pretty sure that's everything I had. So now that I've gotten through all of that, let me just double check here, make sure there's not any questions. Hotel information, will it be available at midnight? Yes, the hotel information will be available at midnight. I have an email into them because we have gotten a couple of the authors have actually already been able to get their rooms. They've been doing that for about the last month or so. And you guys know, every year when the registration starts and the hotel information goes out, we always end up with glitches, and people are like, I can't get in. So this year is no different. We hit a glitch. I've emailed the hotel about it. Our hotel rep is actually out for the holiday, so she won't be in until tomorrow. So I'm expecting that I will hear back from her tomorrow and that we'll have everything fixed. But if you try to get a room tonight and for whatever reason you cannot, please be patient, and I will make sure that it gets fixed, and I will have the new information to send you with a new link if necessary, or just a corrected page for you to access through the original link tomorrow. So hopefully, hopefully it's fixed. But if not, then hopefully it'll be done by tomorrow. So that's the hotel information. Let's see here. Cat's paying attention. I'm glad the cat's paying attention. Let me take a look and make sure that our questions in the group. Let's see here. There are more comments. That's another question about the hotels, so that's that. All right, I'm not seeing any other questions from anybody. So I'm gonna wait just another second and see if anybody else has any other questions or comments. Oh, wait, somebody commented. Let's see here. Let's see here. Nope, that is a comment for somebody else, not for me. So let's see here. That is the same comment about the hotel. Let's see here. I see Sue, but then Sue is gone. And okay, so I'm not seeing any other comments anywhere. I don't want to miss anybody. So if you have a comment that I am missing, please repost it. If you have a question that I'm missing, please repost it so that I can make sure I answer it for you. If you do not have a question, that's good. That means I explained everything okay. I'm looking at all the different places and I'm not seeing anything, so I think that's it. Alrighty, so if anybody does have any questions after I close this down here, then you are welcome to add it to either the YouTube or the Facebook comments section, and I'll get a notification and I'll come back over and answer your question for you real quick. Or you can ask it in a regular Facebook message to me, or you can email me, however you want to do it. I'm going to be working on stuff for the rest of the night pretty much, so I will be around to answer questions. All right, so I think that's it. And I am going to close this down and get back to work. And I will see you guys, well, I won't see you, but I will talk to you guys probably at midnight for that little group of you that likes to do things right at midnight. We'll see how that goes. And then I'll be around tomorrow if anybody has questions tomorrow when they're actually checking everybody out and registering and all of that. All right, thank you so much, and I hope I see you all in February.